Hi, my name is Natalianna Ferrara, and I will be going over how aircraft carriers shifted World War II for the better. Many of World War II's battles were fought at sea, making naval technologies crucial to all parts of the war for a win. In these times, the most modern and newest naval technologies were a necessity to winning the war, and the aircraft carrier was the most modern and newest technology on the market. The aircraft carrier was the most modern and newest technology out there. All sides of the war wanted it to their advantage in hopes of winning the war. Many of World War II's battles were fought to hundreds to thousands of miles apart from one another. As an example, I will be showcasing two sides of the war, the Japanese and the American side, and how they both showcased and used aircraft carriers to their advantage. First off, the focus of aircraft carriers was to bring aircraft closer to battle without wasting fuel or manpower. Many of the battles during World War II were fought to hundreds to thousands of miles apart. The function of the aircraft carrier was to provide a space where planes and pilots could launch out of and return back to safely. The aircraft carrier transported planes, pilots closer to the battle so the pilots, did not have to waste fuel traveling from one landmass to another. It allows mechanics to work on planes, pilots to sleep and eat, and for all soldiers to rest. The aircraft carrier has many other uses, including launching planes from a distance to attack opposing ships, carriers, and submarines. The aircraft carrier was also used as a spotting device, locating and communicating opposing ships, submarines, and carriers' locations back to our government. To show the true effectiveness of the aircraft carrier, we will first focus on the Japan's side of the war. The Japanese Navy was the first to use and build aircraft carriers during World War II. The Japanese naval aircraft carrier fleet was one of the largest during World War II. Japan commanded and operated 9 aircraft carriers. These carriers held around 90 aircraft and could launch those at the same time on that ship. The full effectiveness of the aircraft carrier was demonstrated in the early part of World War II when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor Bay, Hawaii in 1941. Dozens of Japan's bombers and fighter pilots were launched from aircraft carriers, decimating the U.S. fleet. Many Americans concluded that the thought of Japan attacking the U.S. was impossible due to the land and ocean mass between them. But Japan defied that logic by using aircraft carriers to their advantage, launching dozens of pilots, planes, fighters, and bombers out of the aircraft carriers and to our land. America, now with their militant fleets diminished, was on the verge of revenge. America needed to show the world that they were a force to not be messed with. America used their own aircraft carrier, all of which were capable of launching 100 aircraft and housing 3,000 crew members, to host attacks and bombings. America's most popular attack involving an aircraft carrier was the Doolittle Raid, also known as the Tokyo Raid. The U.S. used a Navy bombing project to outline the plan and to attack Japan using aircraft carriers. The target of the attack was to use aircraft carriers to America's advantage. The U.S. pilots would launch off of the carriers, attack Japan's industrial centers, then fly back to the carriers safely. The carrier was vital to this mission mainly because there was no other mass where U.S. pilots could land safely. For America, this mission was a success and showed the capability of an aircraft carrier. Concluding, the aircraft carrier is a vitally important role in World War II as a whole. Both sides of the war used the carrier in various ways to gain a win. During World War II, the newest and brightest technologies were what was needed for winning the war. Naval technology was one of the utmost important during this time, and the aircraft carrier provided just that. Again, as I stated, my main points in the speech show how important the carrier was. Many of the battles during World War II were fought amongst all sorts of distances. The Japanese Navy was first to build and utilize aircraft carriers during World War II, and America showed, with their militant fleets diminished, how important aircraft carriers were. Though the great sacrifice during this war was dented on all sides of the war, The aircraft carrier and many other technologies helped save many lives and showed the importance and growth of technology. Thank you.